Okay, so today is Day. I am going to do my photo shoot for my song Merry-Go-Round later today. Um, but in the meantime, I am right now on a hike in Golden, Colorado. I came from all the way up on that mountain behind me, and I am now walking back down into the town of Golden, Colorado. And it's 10 o'clock. I'll be meeting up with Bob for the photo shoot at 11. If everything goes okay, I will be meeting up with him at 11. So that is my schedule so far today. This week, last week, I went and got, I went to the DMV and got a new Colorado ID, which is supposed to be mailed to me, which it hasn't been mailed yet. I have to go pick that up sometime next week. And I also got a new debit card, which is also going to be mailed to me sometime in the next 2 weeks. That's what I've been told. I'll see if it mails in time. So that is the update. I am now making about every 2 weeks about $3,000 in cameos. So thank you so much for all of that. And we have some progress in my checking account, but that's about it.
Thank you.
So, that's my update. I will keep everyone updated as things progress. I'm going to show you guys where I'm walking right now. When I get down into Golden, then I'll end the stream. But kind of like a hiking stream. I think that would be cool and good for my image right now. Good morning. So, I hiked all the way up this, and now I'm hiking all the way down. It's got a long ways to go. Definitely not easy through here. I also have no tread on my shoes, so I have zero grip. I have absolutely zero grip. But yeah, there's the view from where I am. Heading down there, and I came from all the way up there. So
nice up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw you taking pictures.
Oh. Okay. Alrighty. I'm filming on my phone. I do not have any water on me. I have 0 water. I have nothing on me to stay hydrated. So, so all I'm going to say, this is only because I want to clear the air. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying it, but I would rather say this than anything else right now, just to try to make sure that the information is out there and you guys all know what's going on. But for everybody wondering if I'm in contact with the other music artist, the truth is, yes. I'm not going to say anything else other than that on that subject. So anybody asking, anybody mentioning their names right now, I am forced to block from the comment section. So that's all I'm going to say. I am not supposed to talk about it, and I'm actually getting sick and tired of you guys all asking about it because it's getting me in trouble. So every time there's a video that comes out from another YouTuber or something like that, I seem to always get in trouble. So we have to be careful with what is being said. As far as what happened with that entire situation, all I am going to say, once again, I'm really not even supposed to be even saying this, so I have to be careful with how I say it. But all I can say is that at the time when I first tried to contact, okay, there was a miscommunication. There were issues going on my end of things. And like I said before, some people didn't tell the right people that they were in contact. Now, all I can say now, after we now know what happened with that, all I can say now is time moves on. Okay, things change. Okay, so meanwhile, well, my life is moving forward in a crazy direction, going uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. Okay, their lives were changing as well. So now we have the conflict of where things are today. Now I'm not allowed to talk about that because of the conflict. So once again, anybody asking in the comment section, I will end up having to block because I can't have people talking about that. Okay? So just wanted to clear the air and make sure that you guys know that I'm supposed to not talk about it, and it goes the same way for apparently my fans, because if misinformation gets out there, it destroys the reputation. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Now, I can't talk right now, dude. You also seem to be acting like a fucking bitch lately, and I don't like that. So stop messaging me and stop changing the subject every single time I talk to you, and then claiming different things like you're delusional. Sorry. But it's kind of the truth what people are doing. They literally don't know what's going on, so they always tell me different stories, which only makes everything more confusing when people are not honest. So that's all I can say with that, is if you don't have anything to really say, you probably shouldn't say it. Now, once again, everyone, what I'm doing today is I will be heading to my photo shoot for my new song Merry Go Round. That will be dropping on the 30th of this month. And in the meantime, I did get the copyright for the song, so I can now sue anybody that has already posted the song. So I can now take legal action. Now, from my understanding, I think I'm still trying to figure this out. With the past management issues, I'm still trying to figure out what and who Jared is and Josh, because I can confirm Josh from past management and Joshua World of T-Shirts are both two different people. I can confirm that. The trolls, on the other hand, and of course all the drama, they might have actually gotten World T-Shirts involved somewhere along the line. Okay, so that is, if I find out that's true, then I can confirm those two issues are linked. Now, with also, I think Kanye 556, I think, is also might be under same management, fake management as I was. If I find out that's true, that is also a major, major concern. So just wanted to clear the air on that I have confirmed that those are different people. What I am trying to also figure out is, like I said, who Josh and Jared were from past management, because there was also a Samantha in there. So that is, like I said, out now. Is trying to figure out who's who and figure out what needs to be done to fix everything. that's where I am now today. I mean, I am still trying to get the apartment. I don't make enough yet. I make enough to maybe get an extra $100 to $200 in my bank account. So if there's an issue or a collapse in the market, then I do lose that money in that bank account. So I'm not saving enough to be able to keep that. That's my concern. That's why I upped the price in cameos. Is because I have to keep up with my current costs of living. That's why I had to do that. Like I said, I am trying to get everything sorted out and hopefully on the move within the next 2 years. I'm hoping. That should be more than enough time. If I don't get all that sorted out in the next 2 years, I'll be deeply, deeply concerned. But yeah, that's where everything is, like I said, right now. Just trying to sort out all this stuff. Now, today, I will be meeting up. Let's see, what time is it? In about 40 minutes, I'll be meeting up with Bob. I will be going to do my photo shoot. That's all the way in the mountains, more in the mountains than I am now. It's in a small town. I'm gonna go up there. It's an hour from Denver. So I will be going up there and getting that photo. And once I get that photo, then I will be putting my song on distribution in the next week. So once again, everyone, be ready for my song Merry-Go-Round. Like I said before, that is going to drop on the 30th. Bob says that it will happen. He's the one that manages the copyright. He knows about that website. I don't. So he goes through a particular company. Actually, he goes through legal companies. So he holds on to all the codes. I don't. So that's another reason why I couldn't do what needed to get done. So if he couldn't believe me back with all the copyright issues, what's going on with the Spotify, if he didn't believe me, he's the one with my copyright codes. There's nothing I can do. So that is where that issue lies.
Yeah.
Now, Bob also tells me, which I think I need to clear the air on all this too, but my music distribution is not the same as Spotify. It's not the same as iHeartRadio. It's not the same as iTunes. Okay? My music distribution, when I put the song on distribution, it distributes it for me. Okay, so the music distribution distributes the music for me to the music platforms. Now, as far as my verified account and what's going on Spotify, I don't know why any of this other music, okay, that's not my own music, okay, is showing up on my Spotify. We've contacted the music distribution. They've claimed nothing. So they don't know what's going on with the Spotify, because it's apparently an issue with Spotify. So apparently, yes, from what I can see, the Spotify is hacked. Okay, the Spotify, from my understanding, is hacked. Now, I want to know, now, with me knowing that the Spotify is hacked, I need to figure out who's doing it, how they're doing it, because they're supposed to have legal verification that it's me before they do anything. If they don't have the legal verification that it's me on Spotify, I don't think they can legally change it like that, which is weird. Same thing with Google. Whoever's doing whatever with the Google profile picture on Google, I don't think they can legally do that. There has to be somebody that their job is to do the profile picture. So, I mean, that comes down to legal forms, things that you fill out with labels, if you're a book writer and you write books like or you're a singer-songwriter, whoever your company, your distributor is, they're the ones that are, or your manager, so-called entertainment manager, or whatever, their job is the ones to be able to put that stuff out there, make sure that that stuff is under control. So, just wanted to clear that up. Is like, whoever is doing that, nobody knows right now. Not even Bob, not even me, not even, no one. Okay? So that is also creating more of the legal concern moving forward. I do plan on collaborating with more music artists. There actually is collaborations in process. I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say what, but I am in contact with more artists as far as collaborations go. I do have to get an apartment before I can do those collaborations. That's why Bob has been helping out so much lately. So, just wanted to make sure everybody knows what is going on. I will stop talking for a little bit until I'm out of these mountains here. So if you guys want to sit back and enjoy a nice little hiking stream, go ahead. Yes, I was actually in New York about a month ago. Came from all the way up there. Okay. Also, I don't like it when people call me Danny Boy. I really don't like it. My mother basically called me that when I was younger. Um, my mother actually hates it when I call her mother. She wants me to call her mommy like I'm a baby. It's really, really crazy. But that's what my mother wants. So, like, my mother actually gets angry when I call her mom or like when I call her mother. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's one of the things that actually ruined our relationship. It's flipping crazy. Just because I call her mother and she gets all angry. So no wonder my relationship with my mother wasn't the best. I wish I could fix it, but I just don't know. So, do you still talk to your mom? I do not. I actually don't even have her number. And last time I talked to my mother, she actually threatened to sue me because my fans were calling her. They apparently had her number and were calling her. And so my mother threatened to sue me, which is absolutely ridiculous. My mother said, be prepared because there will. She actually said there will be a lawsuit against me. So my mother's ridiculous for saying that. My dad also did the same thing. So, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And, yeah, Bob didn't even believe that when I told him that. He was shocked. So all I know about my sister, and I don't even know if she's in Nevada, New Mexico, or California. I know that there was also a custody issue with both of them as well. But that's all I know, is that there has been several custody issues on like who's the real parent, because of my dad, of course, splitting up and cheating. That, of course, created numerous of like who's the parent type of issue with not only me but my half sisters. Because growing up with my mother, which is very, very weird, when I was younger, my two half sisters were actually living at the house. There was nobody else there. Just my dad. And so all I know, sorry, give me one more second. All I know is that, like I said, growing up, I lived with my mother when I was still in elementary school. So all I, like I said, know is I lived with my mother when I was still in preschool. And it was just my mother, my two half sisters, and my dad. So somewhere along the line, my mother also had another husband, his name was Dave, which doesn't make sense either, because one night my mother got into a fight with him, and he grabbed his belt and hit me like 20 times with the belt like it was a whip. So my mother called the police, and they arrested one of my dads, I should say, named Dave. Once again, my mother told me that she didn't know who the biological dad was. My dad, James Larson, who also has the same name as me, Larson, was claiming that he was my biological dad and that my mother was delusional. So I grew up in a situation not knowing who was telling the truth, and that is sad. That's very, very sad. No wonder my life is fucked up, I should say, because if I didn't even know who was telling the truth, and my life story is just to a point where you don't know who's telling the truth, that's very, very serious. So I want everybody to just know that I am saying what I've been told. Like what I've been told. Because that's all I know. Okay? Like, I'm telling my story from what I've been told, what I know, and what I've seen. Because that's all I can do. So, like I said, there was this dad named Travis. A dad named it was Dave that hit me with a belt. Okay. Now, of course, that's not the same Dave as whoever. Okay. That was a completely different Dave. I just want to clear that up for now. Okay. So that needs to be on hold right now. As the Dave that hit me with a belt was the same age as my mother. Okay, now, I mean, he also had tons of tattoos too. Now, James Larson, for everybody once again wondering about my dad, okay, and what I am being told is my biological dad, even though my mother says differently, whatever. But my biological dad, Travis Larson, okay, from what my dad, Travis Larson, says, he's told me that my two half-sisters live with their mother, which is crazy, live with their mother. And their mother, I have not really seen, okay? All I know is that there's a lot of controversy within the family on who their parents are, or something like that. Because once again, my dad cheated, which is James Larson. Okay. And so, my mother, of course, never really had a husband trustable because they always cheated. That's, I guess, where my fear comes from, that I'm going to either get cheated on or something like that. I think that comes because of my mother. I don't want a situation going down like that, which it did. Apparently, my mother told me I was a unplanned pregnancy, so my mother didn't even really want me from the beginning. It was an unplanned pregnancy. But what I do know is that there is custody issues with my two half-sisters. For a while, they lived with my grandmother, my great-grandmother, on my dad's side of the family, not the one that passed away. I have two grandmothers, Nancy Scheimer, who is my mother's adoptive mother, who passed away with cancer. That was my mother's adoptive mother. So not even my mother's real mother. which is crazy. She was adopted by Nancy. Okay, my grandmother Nancy used to work in social services. So, yeah, crazy. So my grandmother Nancy adopted my mother. Okay, now on my dad's side of my family, which is Travis Larson, also has a grandmother who's apparently my grandmother. So, talk about a crazy, crazy life. My two half-sisters apparently have been having custody issues with my grandma in California. Her name is Vicky, like I said before. So that is a concern there. Is like, I really, to be honest, don't know what's going on with that. Because I'm just not there to know. I did see on the Reddit pictures of what my fans were saying that she got arrested, one of my half-sisters. I'm still trying to find out if that's true or not. So that could also be because of the legal custody issues. I don't know. Okay. All right. Whew. Oh, man, I hate wooded areas like that. Okay. So, yeah, that's all I know about my half-sister and my family story. My mother also now is with another husband. I think there was also a divorce. My mother blamed it on me. But that's why my mother had the incubator company. And that was out of some small town. Then out of the blue, all I know is that my mother claimed as well that she now lives back in California. Last I talked to her, this was about 2 years ago, or a year ago. My mother said that she lived back with Travis Larson in California. I still don't know if that is true, because my mother lies so much. I just don't know if that's true or not. And I think that I'm not really a liar myself. I don't like people who lie. But I think that just my life story has been so overwhelming because of all that and trying to move to what I want to do in life, that it's like you don't know, because I plan something and yes, it can get canceled. It's not that I'm lying. It just gets canceled. Now, for somebody to actually say, I'm going to move back to my mother, or for my mother, let's say, to say, I'm moving back to California and I'm going to live with your dad. You know, the way I look at that is, I'm sitting there going like, where's the proof? If you send me proof that you're back in California, I will believe it. Right? Because I did talk to my dad, and my dad told me that that was not true. So, where's my mother now, you know? I've been trying to call her, and I can't get a hold of her. So, did my mother move in with some random guy again? Like, what? Like, something is not matching there. And especially if I can't get a hold of my mother. Okay? Very, very, very dark history in my family. Very, very weird. So, now for everybody, I did see the comment of people asking about Bob. Okay? I did see that. Bob is just a friend of mine. when I was at Tennyson Center, I did meet up with Bob. There was a reading class, I should say, and I got paired up with him. Okay. Since I came back to since I moved to Colorado with my mother when I was 10 years old, around that time is when I met Bob. Bob was one of the first people that I actually trusted when I moved to Colorado. Okay. Now, when my grandmother, of course, Nancy, moved to Colorado from California, I had the choice of going back to California or staying in Colorado. My grandmother Nancy told me that she thinks I should stay in Colorado because that's where my life was at that time. And so I stayed in Colorado. So that is my life story from when about my half-sisters, about what my biological family story is like. Of course, then I come along and about 2018, I get out of college. When I turned 18, I wanted to I got out of high school. I wanted to go to college. The college I wanted to go to was in California. That got messed up. And I, of course, at that age, want to start looking at what I want to do in life. And I just so happened that I wanted to become a singer. And boy, did that mess up. And so here I am today. About 5 years later, looking like a shithead. The college I wanted to go to was actually LA Film School. I wanted to go to LA Film in the heart of Hollywood. And the fans actually doxed me and got me kicked out. The past management doxed me and I got banned.
Should I tell you?
We went up to the bridge.
So, yeah, I know it's terrible. So I will have to get off this stream. I have to go to my photo shoot. I will try to go live here a little bit later. But I will have to end the stream for now. So see you all on the flip side. Peace.